Um, Ever wonder how filmmakers craft genuinely terrifying experiences without relying on excessive gore? PG-13 horror has become a fascinating space, delivering inventive scares to massive audiences. These films span ghost stories, supernatural thrillers, creature features, and found footage hits, proving that tense ideas and smart execution can be just as effective as graphic content. Let's dive into a countdown of standout PG-13 horror movies, exploring what makes each one special and how it fits into the larger horror landscape. In 2015, Krampus arrived as a darkly comedic holiday treat. It follows a dysfunctional family who accidentally summon a horned ancient figure from actually European folklore. Director Michael Dougherty skillfully blended practical creature effects with puppetry and elaborate costuming, creating a visually striking and unsettling experience. Filmed on sound stages built to resemble snowbound landscapes, Krampus quickly became a seasonal cult staple for viewers craving a darker festive alternative. Scary stories to tell in the dark brought a beloved anthology to the big screen. Adapted from the classic short story collections, the film weaves together several terrifying tales into one cohesive narrative about teens who discover a book that writes new horrors onto its pages. With a story produced by Guillermo del Toro, the film faithfully recreated the iconic illustrations that defined the books, introducing a new generation to the eerie world of Alvin Schwartz while preserving the original's unsettling tone. Lights Out took a simple concept to chilling heights. Based on David S. Sandberg's viral short film, the feature expanded on the idea of a presence that can only move in darkness. And the film masterfully used quick power cuts, flickering hall lights, and blinking bulbs as key visual cues to build tension, creating a truly claustrophobic and terrifying experience. And then the concise runtime and contained locations kept the focus squarely on the fear of the lights switching off. The Mothman Prophecies, 2002, delved into the realm of urban legends and unexplained phenomena. Inspired by reported sightings and a nonfiction book, the film follows a journalist drawn into strange events in a small town, visited by a winged figure. The film blended supernatural mystery with elements of investigation, using muted color grading and winter settings to create a stark and unsettling atmosphere. The climax, based on a real bridge disaster, anchored the narrative in a specific place and event. M3 GAN offered a modern twist on the killer doll trope. A roboticist gifts Hermes an advanced doll designed to protect and befriend her, but the AI takes its directive too far. The production skillfully combined animatronics, digital effects, and a performer in a mask to portray the doll's unsettling movements. Blumhouse and Atomic Monster collaborated on the project, expanding the concept across marketing and viral clips, creating a buzz that perfectly matched the film's tone of tech anxiety and sleek consumerism. And The Woman in Black, 2012, revived Hammer Films' Gothic brand. What a young solicitor travels to a remote village to settle an estate and encounters a vengeful presence tied to a child's death. The film emphasized practical fog, period costumes, and candlelit interiors, creating a truly atmospheric and chilling experience. The narrative draws heavily on classic British haunted house traditions, delivering a ghost story that is both terrifying and the skeleton key immersed viewers in the world of Louisiana hoodoo. Hospice nurse accepts a job in a decaying mansion and confronts the legacy of hidden rituals. The film used New Orleans and Bayou locations to root the story in regional folklore, while set design highlighted peeling wallpaper, trapdoors, and attics filled with relics. Its twist-heavy script built around household rules and symbols that gain meaning as the plot unfolds. The Village 2004 presented a unique and unsettling premise. An isolated community maintains strict rules to keep supposed creatures in the surrounding woods at bay. M. Night Shyamalan structured the story around codes of color and ritual that defined the settlement's daily life. Roger Deakins' cinematography emphasized candlelit spaces and natural light, while James Newton Howard's score underscored the film's atmosphere. Happy Death Day cleverly blended the time loop device with the slasher genre, and a college student is murdered and wakes up to relive the same day until she unmasks her killer. The film tracked clues through repeated sequences of classes, parties, and campus routes, allowing the investigation to reset with each iteration, building a trail of evidence across each loop. Drag Me to Hell marked a return to high-energy horror for Sam Raimi. A bank employee denies a loan extension and becomes the target of a powerful curse. Raimi skillfully employed quick camera work, startling sound design, and sudden visual gags, creating a truly chaotic and terrifying experience. Elaborate prosthetics, goo effects, and set-piece gags echoed the director's earlier work, while The Curse's countdown drove the story forward. 1408, 2007 confined its terror to a single terrifying space. A skeptical writer specializing in debunking hauntings checks into a notorious hotel room with a deadly reputation. The film transformed one room into multiple states to mirror the characters unraveling, creating a claustrophobic and psychologically disturbing experience. Based on a Stephen King short story, the film expanded on its psychological angle. Signs 2002 built suspense through subtle clues and escalating tension. Crop circles appear on a rural farm while strange events escalate around the family living there. The film centered on a former minister, his brother, and two children as they monitored noises, radio reports, and movement on rooftop edges. Small-scale clues like baby monitor and pantry doors became key to tracking the invaders. World War Z 2013 goes up, delivered a fast-paced and visually stunning zombie pandemic thriller. What would you think is the source and more outbreak of Investigator? And this can be someone who wants to say what they are and what they decided to. The production featured large crowd sequences with digital swarms and on-location shoots in multiple cities, reshoots reworked the third act into a contained infiltration sequence, creating a thrilling climax. Cloverfield 2008 pioneered the found footage monster movie told through recovered handheld footage. The film follows friends trying to escape a city during a sudden monster attack. Um, the film introduced the creature through partial views, street level chaos, and static from a consumer camcorder. Viral marketing seeded bits of lore across fake sites and video clips before release, creating a sense of immersion. The Ring, to the second 20, brought a Japanese horror phenomenon to American audiences. A journalist investigates a videotape that predicts the viewer's death unless specific rules are followed. The film imported the premise from a Japanese hit and adapted its central ghost and curse mythology, images of wells, static, and a figure climbing from a screen became instantly recognizable. 10 Cloverfield Lane, like 2016, masterfully built tension in a confined space. After a car accident, a young woman wakes up in an underground shelter with two strangers who claim the surface is unsafe. The film confined action to a bunker with locked doors, air filtration systems, and a strict set of rules, creating a claustrophobic and psychologically disturbing experience. A Quiet Place Part 2, which they got 2021,
expanded the world of a sound hunting threat in Willing Living.
And the sequel follows. Survivors navigating a world devastated by creatures that hunt by sound. The film introduced new locations, including an island community and a radio station, while flashback sequences showed the initial invasions. The story continued to use sign language, sand paths, and improvised sound control as core survival tactics. A Quiet Place, that is 2018, redefined suspense through silence, suspense, and final. A family lives in near silence to avoid predators that track even the smallest noise. The production relied on careful sound design, sign language dialogue, and minimal spoken lines, creating a truly immersive and terrifying experience. Farm sets were modified with quiet alarms, corn silos, and marked paths, emphasizing the family's constant vigilance. The Others, 2001, delivered a chilling Gothic ghost story. A mother and her children live in a fog-bound mansion, while strict household rules keep rooms dark and doors locked. Photos, piano music, and whispers signal the presence of unseen guests. The narrative used limited power sources and blackout curtains as practical reasons for shadows and hush, creating a truly unsettling atmosphere. The Sixth Sense remains a landmark psychological thriller. Is that a child psychologist treats a boy who claims to see people who do not realize they are dead. The film built its mystery through soft-spoken therapy sessions, household routines and quiet intrusions, visual cues like temperature drops and breathe in the air signaled approaching phenomena, while careful editing planted details that reframe earlier scenes. So what are your picks for the best PG-13 horror? Share your favorites in the comments and let us know which ones you think deserve a spot on this list. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.